Hey folks, today we're going to run around a little bit and do a kind of a crop check video as well as a feed supply where we're sitting with our feed right now. So right now I'm standing out here. I just finished wrapping some dry round bales, and I'm out here at about our 30-acre wheat field. I say about 30 acres because we think we have a little extra than 30 acres. About 20 of the 20 acres here got put into barley and peas. This barley and peas is going to be, we're going to make baleage out of this for the goats. The goats, and then anything left over might be for the cows. So we got about 20 acres of this stuff, and then the other 10 is just open ground so we can haul our manure on it, get our steer pens cleaned out. So yeah, I haven't been out here too recently. So far this stuff looks pretty good. Probably, I don't know, six or so inches tall. But yeah, he kind of sporadically planted this. We figured that the side hills wouldn't grow very well. Just, you know, that's all they usually is. The side hills would probably be really short. So as long as we're only going to plant 20 acres, we might as well plant around the hill. So he kind of angled it up around the hill. Whatever, it works. Might be a little bit of a pain cutting, but it's whatever. So this stuff looks pretty good. I have tossed around the idea of green chopping for the cows, but I guess we'll see when we get there. So yeah, this will get made into baleage probably middle of October, but we'll see how it goes. And it'll make some really nice feed for the goats. Usually starting middle of December or so, and we'll see how many bales we get. But so yeah, that's that. We'll probably have more updates on this at a later date. But now we'll run home and start looking at our feed supply, and then we'll walk out back to the chopping corn and see what that looks like. I haven't even walked in that stuff yet, so here we are by our 20 by 50 silo here. He's blowing out the bottom door now. Got a bunch of pigeons in here. So yeah, we're getting down there on corn silage. But yeah, I don't know. I forget what he said is left in here. He told me 4 foot a couple days ago. The plan is to prolong this as long as we can, and then if we have to, we can start chopping green silage. But in this silo we got this loader. I don't even know what brand this is, to be honest. At some point I'll let you guys know what this is in here. But this is the last year we're gonna have corn silage in this silo. From now on it's gonna be high moisture corn. I don't know if we're gonna blow it full or not, but the way the corn price is, we might as well feed our corn rather than sell it. That might change in a couple years. The corn price would go up, and I could see it maybe happening, but it ain't gonna be right away. But yeah, so this will be high moisture corn this year. This is the only corn silage we have left. And then we're going to walk across the road and take a look at what we got in the pits over there. So over here in the first pit, we have our green beans. So about every 5 days or so they bring us a load of this stuff. And basically it's waste from the canning company. We found this stuff. Usually we feed like sweet corn silage or sweet corn waste. But we found this stuff, and this stuff's about, I want to say about 20% protein. And so far it's been working really good. We're going to get this stuff till about, I think, October or so, whenever they get done picking beans. I don't really know when that is. I think it was about the middle of October. So yeah, this has been working out pretty good for us. So this might be something in future years that we look at, but I don't know, we'll see. So in the second pit over here, we have our second crop new seeding haylage. Normally we don't feed haylage because it was new seeding. It was really weedy, so there's a lot of weeds in this stuff. It actually looks really nice. But yeah, instead of trying to make dry hay to sell, we decided we'd chop it. And because of our feed situation at the moment, we thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to chop it and prolong our silage a little bit. But this, I've kind of put some thought into it. If the corn price would go up, instead of chopping all our corn silage, I think we chop about 90 acres of corn silage, maybe putting in like a winter rye, and then in the spring we chop a couple pits of that, or a bunch of that, I don't know. And then feeding a little bit more protein and whatnot, but we'll see. So far the corn price isn't much to show, and I don't know, we always figured that putting our corn through the steers was more profitable than selling our corn at the moment, but steer price isn't that great either. But it is what it is. So yeah, this will last probably a couple more weeks, and then hopefully this runs out and the corn silage runs out. We can maybe start chopping some green silage, or maybe it'll dry down enough that we can even just start chopping and go straight through, but I doubt it. Looks pretty green. We'll walk out there in a little while, see what it looks like. So taking a look across the road here, there's no lack of feed over here. I don't know if you can see the goats, if I can zoom or not, but yeah. So they're out there enjoying their pasture. That fence has got maybe 75 yards or so to go back yet. Once that runs out, I got basically this whole area here that I can fence around. So these guys will be good until whenever I decide to pull them out. Right there we probably got about, it's probably about 56-foot bales of some really nasty grass. We had a customer of mine was trying to make some hay, and it got rained on, got a couple inches of rain on, and he didn't know what he was going to do with it. And I said, "Oh, I'll buy it." Or I didn't buy it, I traded it for him for baling the rest of his stuff. Originally I was going to get it dry and sell it to my low quality grass guy, but we just decided we were going to make, instead of trying to get it dry, we just make baleage out of it and wrap it. My original plan was, when my beef cow pasture ran out of grass, that I was going to feed that to them. I haven't looked at it lately, but after the first two, I set the first two bales aside. They're usually pretty nasty, gross, moldy. But after that, I couldn't seem to find a bale that didn't have any mold in. The reasoning, I would say, it was probably a little too dry when I baled it, but they had rain coming again the next day, so we just thought we might as well get it off. So yeah, Dad's been feeding that to the steers, kind of just dumping a bale in wherever and letting the steers munch on it. Throw the rest on the ground, they can lay on it or whatever. But so yeah, these guys aren't, there's no basically they're not going to run out of feed anytime soon. If I run out over there, we can move them over here, and by then stuff they already grazed already. And actually it looks really nice straight ahead there. Looks really nice and green if I wanted to graze them out there even, but we'll see. So yeah, now we'll head back. We'll check out that chopping corn and then that other pasture. So here we are at the back pasture now. It is low. There's not a lot out there. Obviously the cows and the goats are finding their way around and getting something. The other day I dumped the bale in the feeder wagon. Was hoping they'd kind of chew that over. But yeah, it's getting low, and I know usually about this time of year the cows catch up to it, and it just kind of disappears. I have green chopped in previous years. There's a pasture up front I debated about doing. But then I kind of decided that we're gonna make it work out here, and then probably about the middle to late September we'll move them up there, and then they can chew that off. And then once we start doing high moisture corn, the cows are gonna go on the corn stalks. The goats then will probably get moved around, shuffled into their winter homes, and then we prepare for winter, but we won't talk about that anytime soon. So here, this is our chopping corn behind well, we always call this behind the house. It's kind of out back. So we'll try and walk in here a little ways without tripping. This stuff looks pretty good. So that's probably about far enough to oh yeah, this stuff is wet. So looking at this stuff, we are going on almost September 1st. It's not quite September 1st yet. There's no dry down at all. Nothing's indented. Usually about this time the corn is at least dented a little bit. Even the stalks they're just starting on the bottom a little bit to dry. This stuff is pretty tall. It's probably about 3 foot above my head, some of this, and I ain't even in the field hardly. I'm still in the end rows, but yeah, I don't know, hopefully another couple weeks if we need to. We'd probably just chop off the edge of our hay fields. We got this 7-acre hay field across the road, There's corn running next to that. We'll probably just chop some off of that if we need to. But once we decide to go here, we have a cousin with, I should say I have a cousin with a 6-row self-propelled chopper. And every year we have him come out, usually right away in the morning sometime. He comes out and he chops all the way around the field once and then through the middle either twice or 3 times. And that way we can go in with we have a pull type, a New Holland pull type. We'll get some video of that at some point. But yeah, he comes around, comes over and opens the field up for us so we don't have to run any corn down. And then usually we'll go ahead and as soon as he leaves we'll fire up the pull type and go start in. As for self-propelled for us, we don't nearly chop enough. This is probably the most chopping we do. This is the most chopping we do. I think we do about, I want to say 90 acres. I don't know if that's right. I could be wrong. But anyways, I mean, we chop. We got 2 pits over on this side of the road and 2 pits. Those 2 pits I was in across the road. They'll all be pretty much full. So yeah, it becomes a long process, a lot of long days, but we get it done. So yeah, this is basically where we're at feed wise. I'll probably do another crop update in probably a few weeks. If this corn and the beans start drying down a little bit, I'll probably get an update on that at some point. But this stuff is pretty green yet, so we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this video of me rambling on about feed and corn and whatnot, but I appreciate anybody that's watching. I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope to see you all next time.